Good afternoon, everybody. This is the May 11th, 2021 committee meeting of the Information Committee. And we'd like to let the record show that I'm here, Brian Spitznagel, I'm the chair, Jennifer Allen and Gloria Terlowski is here, and Lisa Canzoni is here to give us some information and some insight, because Lisa does most all, if not all, of the inputting onto the website, and so she can give us some valuable information on that. And the meeting is being live streamed via YouTube due to the COVID pandemic, and hopefully we'll get back to normal here shortly. So the first thing I'd like to do is, under item D on our agenda, is make a motion to fill in the adjourn time certain of 5 o'clock p.m. If somebody could make a motion to do that, please.
Mr. Chairman, I make the motion for the adjournment time to be 5 p.m.
Okay, Jennifer made the motion.
Second.
Second by Gloria. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Three ayes in favor of that. So adjourn time certain will be 5 o'clock out of here. We have a COW meeting tonight, so that'll give us time to get home and get back here. And of course, if we have anything pressing towards the end of the meeting, we can always have another meeting, which I'm sure we will sometime. But anyways, on the agenda here, the discussion is the village website, and hopefully we position the camera to kind of show the website. I have it up live here on the computer, on the desk, and I went through it. I wrote some things down, some suggestions, some questions, and I think everybody else did, and I know Lisa has some questions too about some things maybe. So we can just go through this. This is, and just jump in if you see something or have an idea or whatever you want to say something. So this is the village website, waltonhillsohio.gov, in its current online form. And this is the home page. This is the first page you get to. I guess I'll start with something simple, and I don't know if this can be fixed or not, but there's on the page, there's a relatively small area. We miss a third of the entire page of actual working area that we have to work with and actually input information. I don't know if that's a Cuyahoga County thing where all their sites are like that, or if that could be changed. I don't know. Do you know, Lisa?
I'd have to check with them.
Okay. That's the first thing I noticed when I get on there. I'm going to write down this one. Excuse me. Do we have anybody watching the meeting?
No.
Okay, Lisa's going to check on that. Some things I saw on the front page here. If we go down to residents on this side, if I click on that, it's good information that the residents should have good what do you want to call those, links? Access links to different, or access to different utility companies, things like that. I'm just wondering, I'm looking at this, I'll go back to the home page, as I'm a new resident or I'm a new business and I want to just get to something quickly, and I want all of these links, any link that I go to or any link that I'm looking at, tell me what I'm going to find when I get to that link, you know what I mean? So residents, it really doesn't say that it could be anything. I don't know what it's going to be when I click on it, you know what I mean? And I don't know if we want to change that title to something like, I don't even have an idea. So it links to outside sources, so.
What, I noticed the same thing, and while it's pertinent information, I really don't think it should be labeled as residents, but more utilities.
Yeah.
You know.
Maybe utility or
Something like
utility
that.
links or something like
Yeah,
that. Because what it's doing is it's taking you to a page of links.
Right.
So you know, and nothing's set in stone today. This is food for thought, and we can think about this stuff and maybe come up with something, whether today or some other time. So resident link, resident, maybe. Right here? Hello? This one, is there another microphone here? No, there isn't. Okay, I'll move this. Yeah, there usually is, but I don't see it. She's got it. The one that's sticking out here is going down there somewhere.
Okay. It just a little bit.
Just a little closer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just louder.
But utilities wouldn't encompass like Kimball. It's not a utility.
Well, you're paying for the trash.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Electric
Plus
or
also, do we want to leave it to whereas it could be more information than just utilities, you know what I mean? So if we just had resident and then had another, as you get to this page, a utility link, along with other things that maybe residents would be interested in. You know what I mean? We could do that too. Just food for thought. That might be a better thing to do because that would give us more options with that resident link.
Right.
Just put a utility link on here and put these underneath that, and then you know, whatever else.
I know myself, I'm always looking at the library.
Yeah.
I know it's Bedford, but, you know, that is our, you know.
Bedford, yeah, exactly.
And
Bedford
the
Library,
hospital,
Cuyahoga County
hospital,
Library.
You know, I mean, those are,
Hospitals, yeah, excellent. Bedford Library. Cuyahoga County Library.
Was some of that under community, though?
Some of it.
Bedford City Schools was somewhere, I remember seeing.
Some of these do have, there are multiple pages linked to the same, or, you know, multiple links go to the same page. Clubs, job opportunities, videos, and schools. So, let's see that. I know it's not under there.
Like the library and stuff, that's in the directory also, so I think that's why I left that off.
Okay.
Click on the community tab itself.
Board of Elections. Mosquitoes in
Some of these websites too are no longer there, like that controlling mosquitoes in your yard and neighborhood.
That's no longer
If
there.
you click on it, yeah, you get an error.
you know, I think if we turned off the lights, we might even.
Yeah, let's
see
turn
this
off the
better.
lights.
It's kind of,
Yeah, a little bit better.
yeah.
Let me click on it. Yep, it's not there anymore.
Okay.
There were a couple of things I remember when I went through that it said. But the one thing while we're on this screen, and it doesn't matter, I wish there was a back button instead of having to go back up to.
Up to the top.
Yeah.
Back button on all of them. I don't know if we can do that, but maybe if you find out.
Okay. And since we're on this screen, I would say too, the clubs,
Uh-huh.
if we could include some contact information possibly, like the Lake Club has a website, or a Facebook page at least, you know, or an email address, something like that.
Eddie too, jeez, oh man.
Yeah, they need to all be updated. So the club's pages,
You know, just to wait for somebody, if they look
Yeah.
at this and they say, oh, I'd like to see, you know, talk to somebody about the women's club, where do I
yeah,
go?
and I did that with the, you know, when our new resident packet, I called the clubs and asked them their permission if we
Right.
could put the contact information in there, so
I
maybe we
would think
can.
we'd be able to, since it's
Yeah,
in the phone
I could
book,
do
right?
that. Yep.
Clubs.
Yeah, the president of the clubs.
And this isn't gonna happen tomorrow, I mean, this
No.
is a work in progress,
Yeah.
but it's good stuff for us to work on. And I'll be happy to come in, Lisa, and sit here and show me how to do it, and I'll
Okay.
do it, I'll be happy to do that, so. Let me go back to anything else on this page?
Something else wasn't loading, I don't remember if it was I don't think it was Tinker Street Watershed. Board of Elections did.
You control mosquitoes, that's one that doesn't load. I think the job on it is good.
Schools did, they just listed. I don't know if that list should be expanded too, you know, we go through.
Do they have the contact information on them?
We have a lot of kids that go to a bunch of different schools here,
Yeah.
you know.
Is Kyle, yeah, kind of. Okay. Tinker Street Watershed. Close. Videos. How many videos do we have on there? Just one?
4.
4. Business quarter.
Yeah, and then 2 of the floor plan.
Yeah, that was all the flyovers Mayor Hurst had. That was a good idea, that he had, that do the videotaping like that.
Would this possibly be an area to put links for the council meetings also, and planning commission, or should that just be under government?
Yes. My take on it is, this is under residents. Was this under the resident thing?
This was
Or
under
that was under
community-
clubs.
Community.
Yeah, community and clubs. I would keep it under government for this more government stuff. That's just me personally, I think. Anything more about this residence tab? So, is everybody okay with making it like this? Maybe resident information, taking and putting another link that just, or another tab that says utilities, and then that gives us room to grow for other things. you know.
Important numbers.
Yeah, important numbers. If there's a special event coming up, I don't know, and the information, contact information for that. Come on. Oh, we gotta click it. We got it. Okay. Come on. It's working, there we go. Okay, and the thing about this business right here, that's all our local businesses?
Yes.
If I was a business coming into the village or thinking about it, and I saw business, I would think that that would be business information. I don't. Sorry.
Yeah, I thought maybe
just
instead of
local businesses?
business, it should say businesses.
Businesses or local businesses, so
Yeah.
you know that that's what you're gonna find when you get on that page, the local businesses.
Right. Well, because we have a business tab also.
Yeah, you have a business tab, which does, which actually it's got, the only information I have right now is COVID-19, but I'd like to put a little more information on that, maybe, and I think that's down in my notes somewhere else.
Is there a thing for business when, like ABC company, what is ABC? What do they do?
Right, yeah,
Like if you're.
maybe just a brief,
Yeah.
that's a good idea. Like Ace Hydraulics, manufacturer of components, fittings, whatever they do, you know, just a one sentence thing, is that what you're thinking about?
Yeah.
We could maybe, I don't know if we have that information already compiled, but maybe we can compile that.
What is it called, Class Act, the third one, like, is that like, you know, for your car or your home? The third one in the center.
Glass Act, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
So,
I
I mean,
So that
I
would-
was
that's a
looking,
good
like, my
idea.
window got broken. You know, what is it, what do they do?
right, and along the same lines, I was thinking that I don't know if this is an industrial or like, can I walk into Glass Act?
Right.
Or do they strictly?
Yeah.
Open to the public?
Right, right.
Or it could be glass blowing, who knows?
Exactly.
Like Tiger Auto Parts, they're really a distributor, you can't go there and
Walk
get.
in, you get a, yeah. Open to the public. And short statement. Okay, good.
Should this also be expanded? Because some of these are in Bedford, some of these are in Maple Heights. Do we have, was there like a 10-mile radius, Lisa?
No, this should all just be Walton Hills.
5 mile? Well, because Standard Press is a Walton Hills resident.
Oh, she's a resident, so I put her on there.
Okay, and K&K Meat was what I
Yes.
said, you know, those were.
Mhm. Yeah, if they're a resident, then I put their business on.
Okay, yeah, that was nice, yeah, that's good thinking. Yeah, I think those are two good ideas. Can you walk in, are they walk-in, open to the public, and just a brief, short statement of what they do, so we know. And then the visitors tab, I was thinking of renaming that local attractions, because that's what you get to.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Okay. So that's the home page. I'll scroll down so you can see it if you see anything else. I like the calendar, and then the view and the detailed calendar where you can click on it and get the whole thing. Now this, I don't know if this can be, I hate reading things like this.
Well, that's just the posting for the 30 days. So that'll come
Yeah.
off after the 18th.
Yeah. All this other stuff, it's good information. I don't have any issues with this. Up to the date stuff that happens
Mhm.
daily that people need to know. Okay, and then we got the community center rentals there. Does anybody have anything else on this page? I think the rest of it's good. Do you have anything, Gloria? So that's home government, boards and commissions. Do I have anything? Oh, if I just clicked on government, It's got this village state of the address on here. That's way back in 2014.
Okay.
Did we do anything? We've done them since 2014, haven't we?
It says 17 on there, October 5th, by the impact group.
Yeah, I think that's when they hear state of the village address 2014, October 5th, 2017. So now which one is it?
I don't know, but I didn't see any other ones on there.
Right, that's the only one.
Right.
If we had, or I know the last couple of years we didn't do one because of COVID last year, we know that.
Right.
But there was something, there was a, no, that was for a different event.
Something printed, wasn't there? Just the
Yeah, if we just put the print ones on here, just so people know.
Right.
And it doesn't have to go, I don't know if it's got to go back that far, but now that, I didn't even notice that, Glory, where it says 2017 here and then 2014 here. So I guess when you played it, you're going to find out, but it should be changed.
We'll look younger.
Yeah, exactly.
Where it says up there, council.
Yeah.
What about if we had pictures of the council members?
We got it on the council page. You want it on here?
Oh, no, I just was wondering if it was someplace.
Yeah, it's on the council page. The codified ordinances takes us to the state website, and
That's a terrible website.
that works. It is. You have to know how to. You have to know how to, and to search it is horrible.
Yeah, it is. It's almost
so-
impossible.
yeah.
But I don't know that there's any other way that we could do that.
Yeah. See, here's our
Okay.
pictures here. Now, one thing I was thinking on this, first of all, Jennifer Allen, Council President, Committee's Finance, she's also on this committee, the infrastructure. Up here it says, not infrastructure, information. And also, it should be put on here legally, you are a member of, since you're the Council President Pro Tem, you're technically a member of all committees.
Right.
Yeah, so that should maybe be put on. Right here where it says council meetings. It's just council meetings, one meetings. And then what I was thinking, so.
I don't do that sidebar.
You did not?
No, I don't do that. When they upload the meetings, they do that. I don't do that.
Okay, we'll have to figure out how to get that off or change
Okay.
just council meetings. Well, what I was thinking with the sidebar is if you just made a link here for the year and then sublinks for each meeting throughout the year, that way that would make this much shorter. And you didn't have to scroll all the way down if you're looking for a particular year. That's how I do it on my files on my computer, and it just seems,
Yeah.
the hierarchy seems to be
That would make a little more sense.
more condensed.
Right.
And of course, we had the council meetings and then the committee of the whole meetings here. And then here we have the YouTube videos. Now, the only videos on here, is there a way that we can link all the videos that we've done?
Yes, I can do that.
Yeah, because there's September 1st, September 8th, and September 15th and 20th, and there's nothing else. So if we put a header here, YouTube videos, and then just the links to them, I think that would help people.
Should we put masks on everybody so they
Yeah.
know who we are?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and see, that would shorten up this whole page then, where people, there's a couple websites that I have to go to for work, and it drives me up a wall because you don't see what you're looking at, and if you don't know to scroll down farther, you'll never find it. You know what I mean? And it just bothers me.
The other thing on this page was, it was difficult, I don't know if I was looking in the right place, but I couldn't find to get to any older meetings.
Other than what's listed here?
Mhm.
Yeah. And this goes to January 9th of 2018, so it's the last 2 years, basically. So meetings, and these are audio files. We should have those audio files. I don't know how much it would take to upload those, or who does that, or whatever. But again, if you did the hierarchy by year, this page wouldn't be all that long, you know, even if they did the last 5 years of them. You know, it wouldn't be that long. It'd probably only come down to here, something like that. But I don't know how much of work that's going to be for whoever. The county does that, Lisa?
No, when the meetings, Angela gives them to that company.
Gives them to that company?
Yeah, because I don't do that. I'll try and figure it out though.
Okay, see what, you know, if they're going to charge us to upload, that might
Yeah.
be a different question or a different answer that we, you know, so
Right.
if we could find out that information. Anything else on this page?
Now, is there legally an amount of time that we have to keep the meetings
Yes.
up and?
Yes, there's a records retention. Each municipality has to have a records retention program, and off the top of my head, I don't know how long it is. It's probably something like between 5 and 7 years, but I could be wrong with that.
Well, that's why I was wondering, because this only went back so far.
Yeah.
And I would think as public records, my inclination would be that it's a longer amount of time.
Yeah, it actually isn't all that, really, because I've taken 2 public records courses, and it's not that exorbitant amount of time, really. We should have a public records policy.
Yeah, we should have a person that.
Yeah, and I think, actually, I think Mayor Hurst implemented that, I think. I know it was not, it was something written, it's got to be written and posted, it's got to be posted also.
It's posted on the front window.
Yeah. So, somebody did that. I don't think Mayor Anielski did that. I don't believe it was there.
I think it's different in your time frame for whatever the document is,
Yeah.
so, yeah.
So we could look at that and determine how long that has to be on there for a records retention. And then that would make the determination of how many years we might go back and put that stuff on there.
Yeah, the auditors, I'm surprised they haven't questioned that.
Yeah. Public records retention. I wish I had taken shorthand in school. Records retention. For meetings. Okay. Anything else on that page? See, we have the signed petitions. One thing also, I don't know if it's me or whatever, since we have such a small working area, I know the font can't get too big, but can it get a little bit bigger?
Yeah.
So let's see, let me go back here. So that's.
Well, if we can get rid of those borders, we could.
That's what I'm saying,
definitely
yeah, if you can
be
get
able to
rid of the borders or shrink the borders somewhat.
Yeah, because I was going through this on my tablet, and I was like, oh, Lord, I am not that old.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mayor is the other one, I believe. Nothing there.
Mayor, page not found.
I knew there was 2 at least.
Okay. And the mayor's court.
That looked like it had good information to
Yeah.
me.
Get all court fees for violations, tickets, parking tickets, non-traffic offenses.
And just as a council thing, I wondered if court costs should be looked at, because the last time that was updated was in 17.
Court costs?
It's at the very bottom. It says.
Court costs as of 1/1/17. Yeah, it should be updated probably every year. Kept that. See where it says that, Lisa? Under court cost. Update.
Yeah, I was looking at this and I was like, okay, so Johnny could get $175 for having his radio too loud, like I'm telling you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just a side question I had, how come we don't do online payments? Any idea?
She was gonna look into it, but I don't know why.
Just has it.
Yeah. We do take the payments over the phone, so
Mhm.
we won't do that, but.
There was, we have some forms here too, and I mean, it just takes more administration, but that's what I was wondering too with some of our forms, like a house watch form that we have at the village hall, but it's not on here. But
It should
huh?
It should be.
It's not, I can't find it.
Okay.
Is there a way, or would it be easy to implement somebody just filling it out online and pressing send and we get it?
Right.
Rather than having them come into the village hall. I don't know how much administrative that would be, to do that, to monitor something. Maybe when you hit the send button, it goes into somebody's inbox and they're...
Lisa.
Lisa. Oh, Lisa.
We know where it's going to end up.
But I don't know what it takes for Lisa to keep monitoring all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, if it went into somebody's email, automatically, then
Right.
Do they have an emergency number for like the house watch, like it's your house and you go to California and there's somebody here
Mhm.
that they could call, like if there was, say the house started burning or something, there's an emergency number on the form.
Yeah, look under services, under safety services. And the house watch is the second row, first one.
Okay, and here's another thing that I had. That's good that it's here,
Mm-hmm.
but not knowing that it was there, I didn't know
Okay.
it was there. See where it says documents and forms?
Yeah.
If we put all the documents and forms, it could be here too, that's great, because if they're on the safety services page, and some of it's on the building stuff too, that I'll get to here in a minute. If I happen to be on the services and go down to safety services like I would, and I would see those forms, that's great. But if I just got to the home page, if I'm just a resident and come to the home page and I want that form, what form would I fill out? Oh, documents and forms. And safety services is here, but see, it's not on that page.
Right.
So we can, no matter where they're at, you know what I mean, they could get to it.
Yeah.
Now, there was something I just noticed when you go back up to the tabs across the top. When you clicked originally on government,
Yeah.
right there, it doesn't show you mayor's court, but there it does. And under services,
Yeah.
mayor's court is listed. But if you clicked on services, is mayor's court actually there?
They'll probably link you to the mayor's court, yeah. It should be, you're right, it should be under, where were we? Government?
Yeah, when you click on the tab, that's where it shows
Yeah,
up.
it should be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Now, if you click on that tab, will mayor's court show up still?
No. Yeah, so that tab is wrong. Good catch.
Is that the proper name for it?
Mayor's
Is
Court?
it? The mayor doesn't do it anymore.
I don't know what they call it.
It's Mayor's Court.
Is it?
Still, even though he doesn't
Or,
preside?
Magistrate Court? I don't know. Well, I don't know what the legal name of it is. It's a good question.
Well, Mills Court.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just
That's a good
village
question.
court or
Village
something?
court, something like that. Under services, the building department. Here's where I click on that. Okay, this is what I did. I looked at this page. Okay, and I looked at useful links and info, and that's all good stuff. However, what I did, this page links to this application and fees page, which also is a links right here. If I click documents and forms, that's the same page that it links to. Okay. So, I might as well hit this page first, I guess. This took me a, let me see here. I handed you out a page that looks like that. This, I just printed it up from here. I just printed that page, and that's that page. Because when I'm looking at this stuff, I kept on looking up and losing where I was in my place, so I just printed out 2 pieces of paper for myself. And then the bottom one, that looks like that with requirements at the top left, that would be kind of my initial draft of what this page would look like. For example, on here, on this page, we have, if I scroll down, okay, we have property owners, registered contractors, that's okay. And then these requirements, building permit requirements, new homes, this is okay. But when we get down to here, we have permit. We have a permit here. We have a permit here, and we have a permit up here. And I think they're the same permits. 2 of them are different. I printed them up. You can see them.
Yeah, the right side is commercial. But
That's what I thought, but it's the same permit.
Okay.
So that's why if you look under here, now we can do it any way, but under my draft, I just put permits.
Okay.
Now we could have a section there for commercial and put permits there so they know. It links to the same page. Now there's 2 different permits. Here, I'll click on that. It pulls up a PDF file. Okay, that's what that looks like.
Okay.
That, I'm assuming, is the commercial one.
Mm-hmm.
And then these 2 over here, this permit application here, looks like this. It's got drive building, accessory building, curbing, all that stuff. What do you want to do? Property description. Now it's got contractor information and then applicant signature.
So should that, where it says permit application, should that, in
Say
maybe
commercial.
parentheses, say that it's building, accessory buildings, curb cutting, culvert, deck?
Well, here's
So
this
people
other
would
one.
know.
Well, that's what I'm looking at this, and I don't know building. I'm certainly not an expert. I'm looking at it as a resident, going to this page, trying to figure out what to do. I want to build something. So here's this permit application. And see, it has all, I think it's got all the same stuff on it. Deck, fence, retaining wall, contractor information, applicant signature. I don't know if they're the same form or what. It appears to me that they have the same information on them.
Right.
So which one do you
Not
do?
all the exact same though.
Well, that was a question. Is one an updated form and one an old form?
Yeah, because this has walkway,
So I think
waterproofing.
Should it say
HVAC.
residential and then the other one say commercial?
I
Yeah, you know.
probably,
Just so, you know, you
Just
don't
so
get
we
looking at
know.
the wrong one and, you know, not paying attention.
exactly.
You know,
So I would ask Rob, are these two forms for two different things, or are they, one is an update? And then we could put, and I don't have this on the computer, but my or draft here, you put over here commercial, and then commercial
Okay.
permit over here, you know. And then down here, we have residential fees, and all these are good, building permit fees, curbing fees, electrical fees. And then you come down here, roofing guidelines, and then there's waterproofing guidelines. And then down here, there's deck guidelines, fence guidelines, driveway. So all I did was make another, I removed the guidelines, I kept all the fees in the fee structure,
Okay.
and then just put building guidelines here, because these, if I click on this guideline, here's like waterproofing guidelines. It takes me to a, well, some of them take me to, like this takes me to the ordinance. But most of them take me, let me click on another one here. Deck guidelines. Okay, that's another one for the, that's our ordinances, what it's gotta be. Here's the other one. Roof guidelines. Now it's not taking me to the, who's that company we have?
Safe built?
Yeah, Safe Built.
Yeah. Some of these are older from when I started building department.
Okay,
I
now
just
look,
left them.
okay, here. I'll go back to this page. The initial building department page.
Mhm.
And if I click on deck guidelines, oh, for crying out loud. Hold on. Here's a safe built one, patio.
Right.
Okay. So Safe Built put out some of these. I thought they put out a roof one too. They put out one for covered patios and non-covered patios and things like that. But what I did on this page was to take all those guidelines and just put it under a heading that said building guidelines, so people would have that information, and kept all the fees in one spot.
Okay, I can change that.
You know, and I don't, show it to Rob, maybe he'll say, no, don't do that because of this, and that's perfectly fine. But I'm just trying to simplify it for residents looking for stuff. And also what I did for the,
Under permits,
yeah,
should there be a zoning specifically? Because the one is a zoning permit.
well, see, I don't know if,
If that's different.
we have
than
to
the
talk to Rob
permit
to see if
application.
those are two different, yeah.
Right.
I did put Yeah, exactly. I took that off under zoning. There was a permit under zoning
Mm-hmm.
and a permit under residential. And if I'm just a resident looking at it, I don't know which one to do.
Right.
So I don't know if they're the same, like I said, I don't know if they're the ones in updated form,
Right.
or you can make one form for everything. Why do you need two forms? really?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that, change the form. and
Yeah.
We'll just have one permit for everything.
Yeah, and that would just make it simpler for the residents.
What's the difference between a permit and a fee?
The permit is the actual application, and then the fee is the fee for that job, like building permit fees. This one lists all of them.
So you could take out a permit, but if you don't do anything, there's no fee. But you're not using the permit? You know, take
Well,
the
you
permit
back
out
to
for your
here's,
road.
let me go back.
I
to-
believe you're paying for the permit, correct?
You're paying for the permit, yeah.
So if you don't do it, that's on them, right?
Right,
They got the permit for so
Yeah,
long,
right.
and they paid the fee for it.
There's one, see, there's zoning, let me see if this is zoning fees. No. There was one that listed a real nice probably not it. No. It was a, building permit, building permit requirements, this is what. I think, no. There it is. This lists all the things that you do that requires a permit. But see, it took me a while to get to it. That's what I'm trying to,
Right.
what we're trying to do. We're trying to figure out a way of making.
So they want to put in a new furnace, so they have to get a permit to do that. Okay,
Yes.
and where does the fee come in?
For getting the permit.
Yeah, it's a fee for the
It's not a separate-
inspection.
The permit is the fee.
Yeah, you come to the village hall, you say, hey, I want to put in a furnace or an air conditioning unit. Or like if, like when we had our 2 air conditioners replaced, they actually got the permit, and they charge you in their bill. They get the permit, and then that fee covers the inspector to come out and inspect what he or she needs to inspect.
Yeah, a while back, got frustrated trying to find something with the building department, and I finally just emailed Rob, and I'm like, oh, for the love of the Lord, can you please tell me? And he just sent me, like, the direct, the exact one I was looking for.
Yeah, so that's what this kind of, if you want to, you know, again, this is a work in progress.
Right.
Take it home and kind of mull it over and see, and then show Rob and see, maybe he's got some other ideas. Don't do that because of this or whatever. But just to simplify it, that's why I put it, this first one, contractors here. Actually, I put new home forms.
Okay.
Keep the same. I put requirements, building permit requirements. That's why I put that, I think it's at the top here. Yeah, it's at the top here also. But I took out this property owner's affidavit. I didn't know what that was until I clicked on it. And that's if you're a property owner and you're going to do the work yourself. So that's why I put down
Under residential?
under residential, no,
Oh, no.
owner self-construction, property owner's affidavit. I just made a new title, something like that.
Mhm.
I don't know if that would work or not. And then under, where's the register? I made a new title, of contractors, and then I put the contractor registration and bond form, and then registered contractors under there. So
Okay.
residents can see it. I know it's on this first page here. If we go to services and building department, I was on this page for a long time, and it took me a while to see it right there. So what I did was on this page, see this right-hand link, instead of all these links, I kind of updated it to mirror the headings on this page. So you have and I just did it alphabetically, commercial and commercial fees. Maybe we could do the put the link on there for the commercial permit. Then residential applications, fees, building guidelines, building permit requirements, permits, heritage home program, home rental, new home forms, registered contractors, and then the zoning map. And then I made that into a separate Cuyahoga County fraud hotline. So I just put the main headings of what I did on that other page here, so somebody can click on that and go, it'll take you right to that page. And then also this up here, documents and forms, takes you to that page too. So wherever you're at, it'll take you to where you want to go. So, I mean, just look at it and see. And, is there anything else with that? Let me see if I made any other notes here about the building. No.
The only thing was under residential, you said you did these alphabetically, but you've got permits before heritage home.
That's my alphabet.
That would make sense, because the P would come before the J, which is where Patty is always getting. Jennifer.
Let me look and see what I did.
This one.
Some piece of paper here. Program is after permits. No, I think you're right. Yeah, you're right. Heritage Home Program should go first. But I don't know if that makes sense, you know, if it, like I said, show rep, maybe that, if you make it just the regular headers. And then, you know, with all of these, let me go back here, building department. You know, all these links, guidelines, there's just the one link there for building guidelines on this page. And that takes you to the other page where it's, all the guidelines are in one spot. You know, rather than having a long link, you know. Does that sound, or am I in left field? I don't know.
No, I think to make it as simple as possible for people.
Yeah, because I've been on websites that have, like one of my company websites. It's our like health website, you know, that has all our benefits and stuff. There's so much on it that you have no idea where to go. It's horrible. I mean, it's just, you look at it and you're trying to make sense of, okay, where am I at and all this.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I understand now you're not allowed to take pets on the airlines?
No, you can't take service turkeys on an airline.
But you can have an animal in the bag?
A dog.
Only
You can
a
take a
dog?
service dog. Service dogs are allowed. Yeah, you can have an animal in the bag. Yeah, like a small dog or cat.
Yeah, my friend's daughter's in California and she's coming here and she wants to take her cat back that's here. And they said, no, you cannot take an animal on the plane.
Which airline? Well, you
I thought
don't
she said
say
she
so
bought
now,
one.
huh? No, I had one. I've had several here.
I mean, I could
last few weeks.
understand, where the people sit, because they're getting crazy with the animals they're bringing in.
As long as it fits underneath the seat. If it's in a big carrier that won't sit underneath the seat, they're okay. At least where I work.
Are you an American Airlines?
Yeah.
Because they
We're
said-
being recorded. Let's say, but we're right.
Because I thought it's, down below that they kept them, the animals.
You can send your animal in the cargo, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can, but no, people they stopped all the people bringing their service pigs and service
Yeah, right.
whatever it is,
Yeah.
that nonsense. And you have to have more documentation
Yeah.
if you do bring a service dog,
Yeah.
that is an actual service dog.
Yeah.
But yeah, people are they're walking their dogs through the airport and all that stuff still.
Huh.
So, yes, sir.
All right, we have somebody, a Brett dog, says FYI, a broken link on the community main page going to controlling mosquitoes in your yard and neighborhood.
Yes, we talked about that. Thank you for bringing that up, and that is controlling mosquitoes in your neighborhood. Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate that. And as you're looking at this stuff, if you find anything else, please let us know. So let's see. Does anybody else have anything else about the building department? Nothing? Okay.
The phone number was listed on there, right?
No, maybe the phone number should be listed right there next to building department
I
or
would think,
underneath
yeah.
it or somewhere in a prominent place.
Yeah.
Put your home number on there.
Yeah.
We want your cell.
Call anytime.
Yeah. And hours maybe too. Do they have hours?
Yeah, the hours, the work, the hours, yeah, excellent.
Well, it should, I don't think the employees necessarily need to be, but maybe would Rob as the main contact or Lisa? Maybe just a first name, so that would give somebody some idea of who they're talking to or who they would
Who the
be
building-
potentially contacting.
Yeah, see how Rob feels about that. I don't think it's any issue because he's a public official.
Mhm.
I thought the same thing about the economic development page, putting the small blurb about Tom Jordan on there.
Yeah.
So businesses, if they're interested in Walton Hills, they may say, oh yeah, I know Tom.
Right, or I've heard
You
of
know,
him before.
yeah, I've heard of him, and that might be a good place to go.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll move on. Over here, let's see. Oh, boards and commissions, did we talk about this? Some of these dates down here I've seen. Here, December 16th of what? I don't know what that is.
Okay.
And some of them have it. Like here, the Wednesday, December 9th, it doesn't have a year.
When I saw this, I thought, I'd like to actually see some of our people.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
As
Should
opposed
have
to
our people. who
Total
work here,
strangers.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's in the
That'd be
building
good.
department and,
Yeah,
service
some of-
department.
Yeah, even back on the building department, just a picture, we don't have to name all of the employees, but a picture of them on there would be nice.
Yeah, in front of a
Because
truck, in
resident-
front of the, yeah.
But a resident would recognize that, possibly.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, and it gives it more of a homey feel.
Mhm. Yeah, that feels very
It's like
commercial.
calling your mailman.
Sterile.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is where economic development, we're on the economic development page now, here. I think what we have down here, no. That was on a different page. But we have several economic development programs that aren't listed on here. And if I were a business looking at maybe moving into Walton Hills, I'd come to this page and I'd like to see all that we have to offer. First of all, you know, Tom Jordan up there.
Right.
And for example, we have the Community Investment Corporation, Community Reinvestment Area, Business Enterprise Zone. We have a mixed-use district, overlay zoning, the TIF district. And like right here, it does say CRA reinvestment, but it doesn't tell us what it is, you know. Just down here, under incentives and financing, if we listed those things, just like we did here, job creation incentive grant program, and listed the guidelines and the program application, we can do the same thing for those other things, including the CRA reinvestment, and put that stuff down here all in one place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wondered about Tom Jordan with this too, if it would be better to have him listed with a picture and possibly an email address if he was okay with that instead of Don.
Yeah, or
Because
both of them.
it
Yeah,
should
exactly.
probably
Yeah,
refer
but
to Tom.
I think Tom should be definitely included.
Yeah.
And Tom, you know, Tom might be able to answer a question
Sure.
right away, you know, where Don might, you know, the mayor might have to say, well, I have to get in touch
I would
with.
get in touch with Tom and.
Yeah. So maybe maybe we should do that. But that's what I was thinking, list all of our incentives here under the incentive and financing, and just a short blurb of what they are, just like we did here with the job incentive creation program. And move this the CRA stuff down to there and put these links down there. Now the demographics, that's great, we can leave that there, you know, because they can just click right on there and see that.
Looks like we have more to offer them.
Huh?
Looks like we have more to offer them.
Exactly, yeah, exactly, because it's not, the stuff that we have to offer isn't even listed, most of it, just really 3 things out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so we're
Right.
missing half of them. So if we redid that page,
Maybe we should even ask Tom what he thinks.
Yeah.
If there's anything else to be listed on this page. If any of that, I don't know if there should maybe be a link on there with the COVID items too.
Now, we have it under businesses, but
And then,
that's what we have under businesses. Let me see. Development. Jordan.
and I know Tom has reached out to a lot of the businesses in regards to this information, but I'm just
Yeah.
thinking that maybe his name should be with contact
On here,
information also.
too.
Yeah, because he's the one that has said he was willing to help any
Yeah.
business
Yeah.
navigate through.
Right, see, if I'm a business, I'm gonna go to this page too.
Mhm.
So maybe we do wanna have a link down here for, our economic development stuff, even though it's listed too here.
It really probably should be under business instead of services.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. How about we move that from services to business? Yeah. Something else for. Oh, there's also, we also have this community reinvestment area, and that's for businesses, but it's also for residential use too. And there's nowhere in the residential stuff
Hmm.
that I found that tells people, hey, this is available to us. So, I don't know where we would want to put that.
Maybe that would be
Under services, community reinvestment area,
residential.
residential community, yeah, how about that? Put a link under there, residential community, and then we can just have a small blurb on what that is. Under services. Lisa, we expect all this by tomorrow at
Okay.
8:30.
A lot of overtime.
I'm gonna leave now.
Now you've got her walking out of the room crying.
I quit. All right, let's see what else we got. I thought the finance department with that information was fine. I didn't see anything. Here's the annual reports. 12, 13, State of the Village, finance reports. And where did we see?
Those should be under government.
Yeah, when you click the main page, that's where that should, yeah, I think maybe that should be under there. But if you happen to be here, under finance department, because you're thinking, oh, it's a report, it's about a finance report about money, and you come here, maybe you just put a link to it, which links you back to it. So no matter where you're at, it's easy to get to.
How about Angela being listed on this page, along with the tax?
Yeah.
Again, it would give them a direct contact with who,
And Angela's phone number?
yeah.
She doesn't have a direct line, so it's a main line. Which,
Well, at least they would know who to ask for then.
right.
Yeah.
Not that, obviously, Lisa can figure out immediately who they're trying to get to, but.
But it's good to have the picture. I was recommended a doctor, and I had a printout of his education and everything and his picture.
Yeah.
So when I saw him, you know what I mean, the people walking around, I knew that was him.
Right.
you know.
Yeah, yeah. You don't want somebody walking in a room and go, ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and if we could put her under finance and income
Finance
tax.
and income tax. The only thing I had, and I did speak with Angela about this before and she may have taken them off. We had the income tax forms on here, or maybe they're under monthly, quarterly withholding. See these, if I go to documents and forms,
They should really be under income tax, the income tax.
yeah, there's an income tax thing here.
Well, there's
There
forms.
should be a link on income tax to all these forms. And then some of these forms, like last year, I was trying to do my tax return. And this is a known issue. It's, maybe she took it out where she said that, or not she, this was when Vic McGallo was here, said that it would automatically calculate everything for you, and it
Yeah.
didn't. It
That's
was
why we took it down.
Yeah, it was a pain, so you took it down, so, okay. But maybe we should have on that income tax, see here, services, income tax.
Because I think that's one of the most used forms. That
Yeah, just have the link to income tax forms here, that takes you right to that page.
Okay.
And then you have all that form rather than,
Can it take, if it takes you to that page, will it take you down to the income tax section, or is it going to leave you at the head?
yeah, that's a good question. Now, I know some web pages take you right to that section. I don't know if the county can do that. Did you get that, Lisa?
I did not.
Let's say that income tax, like if we had a link right here, income tax forms are up here, wherever we decide to put it, you guys decide to put it. If you hit on income tax forms, see income tax forms is way at the bottom of the page.
Right.
Will it link right to there? Will the page pop up just like that?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
I think I could do that.
Okay, good. Yeah, again, it's one of those things that people isn't, they don't notice there's a scroll bar, and if you're looking at it on a phone or whatever,
Yeah.
and you just don't realize
There's
it. you
also
go,
at the very bottom of that, the economic development, so there should probably be a link, if there isn't already, for economic development forms.
Yeah, exactly, economic development forms in the economic development page.
Kathy Sticksnagel wanted to know if Angela has a voicemail box. If you could just call into her voicemail box.
Yes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we could put that up then, the general phone number with her extension.
yeah. Walton Hills link, yeah, so we could have a link to the forms here on this page too. Good, where were we? Income tax. And then for the, I might as well just go to the service department, because that, well, let me go to documents and forms.
It's also municipal income tax, so they don't get mixed up with federal and state.
That's good, yeah, well, municipal income tax, change it to, yeah, municipal or local. Yeah, that's a good idea. See, safety services, all we have is a community block watch application here. Safety services. Maybe we want to have all these listed there
No.
also.
Yeah, I could do that.
And are all the forms that we have out there in the hallway listed here?
Not the employment applications.
Okay. Let's go to Recreation Community Life. I did get a text that some people still are looking for the fees, for the driving fees, and they're not on here. So, do we have any timeline of when that's going to be put on, or what they're doing with that?
She just had me take the old fees off. I haven't gotten anything yet.
Yeah, we'll have to get with her and get it, whether it's whoever has to decide on the
I had a
fee.
copy of those couple meetings back, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, get with rec fees. We'll get with the rec department manager, and Ed may, Gloria, you're the rec chair, so if you want to get in touch with her and see what's going on with that, then we can post those. I know people are kind of
Well, and that,
wondering what those
on
are.
here, I was wondering, I don't know, is it best under services, or would this be more under community, first of all? But second of all, under the recreation programs and Parker Summer Camp, there's nothing. The bottom on the right,
Yeah,
you know, the forms should be there. for
She had
people.
me take those off because the deadline passed. But she wanted me to keep the heading on.
Okay.
okay. Maybe you could put something there, deadline passed or
Okay.
deadline
Pass
Yeah.
it
is over
along.
for, yeah, so just so it doesn't look like we don't have anything, maybe. So you're saying that,
I think we should have the fees listed for that though still
uh-huh,
on there, where people can access that, so they can see, hey, next year my kid's gonna be eligible for this Parker program.
right,
You know, maybe something explaining a little bit of what it is and what the, fees are going to be, or specifically just stating that fees for 2021 are.
Right.
Because that'll give people an idea, but if they increase for whatever reason. But I just wondered if rec and community life should be under services or if it should be under community.
what's it, clubs, jobs, videos, schools? I don't know, I don't have an answer for that.
I guess the
What do you
reason it
think?
struck me was because it's recreation and community life.
Right.
And should services then be just departments instead?
Yeah.
The recreation is a department.
Yeah, it's a department, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So change the services header to departments. Because rec is a department, income tax is a department, and so forth.
And maybe under community, we could do more of the information from rec would cross over
Yeah.
to a tab there that could explain the Parker program a little more and
Yeah, because as I noticed down here in the rec, where is it? Rec and community life, rec programs, the Parker program isn't even listed.
right. Well, it says summer camp, but it really doesn't.
It's not a summer camp.
Right. And just maybe a little bit more
It's
information
Parker
on,
summer camp, yeah.
on the items like the senior lunches, maybe just a little once a
Well,
month.
Yeah, a little one or two sentence thing of what these are.
Right. Handicap equipment loan, is that small equipment, is that big equipment, can I get an electric wheelchair, or will it be a
Right.
grab bar?
Yeah,
It would answer more questions for people.
Right.
Easier.
yeah, it would keep somebody from, exactly, having to call us and say, hey, what do you mean by this? What
Right.
kind of equipment can I get?
And the party room rentals on there, I think it should say that there's like at least 3 different rooms, because to me that looks like there's just one
One room.
room available. And the community center rental was someplace else.
Yeah,
I
You
don't
can do
remember.
rooms, plural, under party, rooms instead of just room,
Mhm.
and list them.
Right.
yeah, there was, we did have a community room, it was on the homepage, right, Lisa?
Yes.
The bottom of the homepage. We'll go there. I think it was the bottom, wasn't it?
Yeah, right where that
Yeah,
starts.
Community center rentals. I don't know if we want to put that,
Maybe under the calendar, or
yeah,
just
somewhere
also
in-
listed under
closer to the
rec
top.
department.
Under here, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, somewhere closer to the top.
Okay.
just because I wouldn't scroll all the way down on the homepage to look for a rental,
Right.
there. I would be looking more under like the rec department or something.
Yeah. But I think that's good, so you would get that, what happens when you click on that tab, Lisa?
It shows you the pictures of the event center.
They just show the one room.
Vendors, galleries,
That's the
contact.
Now, that's not part of our website,
Right.
and somebody else does
It's
that.
somebody else's website. But then if I say, ooh, yeah, I'd like to rent that place, now what do I do?
And again, can we put Natalie's extension on that, or get that on there?
Yeah, I'll have them do that.
So that, you know, we're not getting inundated, you know, with those phone calls, and, oh, we gotta call this one.
Yeah, maybe you want to put a link here to the contract and the forms too, because I'm here, now I don't know where to go to get the forms.
Well, we didn't put the contract on because I think we felt that if somebody filled that out, they thought for sure they were getting that date.
That would make sense, but the fees, I think, should be listed
Yeah.
on here.
Okay,
Because I had a hard time, and this was before COVID hit, I wasn't getting calls back from the gentleman that took over.
okay.
And I understand why now, it's not a big deal, but like, I couldn't even get, what's the fee, you know, going to be and stuff. So I had
Okay.
some idea, do I want to try to rent this or not,
Okay.
you know?
But see, there's the contract, the rental form contract.
Oh, she put that, that's on her recreation page?
Yeah, it's on the rec
Okay.
page. So there's the contract, and there's the rules. So I don't know if you want to keep it on there, if she wants to keep it on there, like you said, or take it off. But I think if I'm just, you know, logging on here, and again, we're trying to make this simple for
Well-
people. Hi, Danny. We're trying to make this simple for people, so if we put it up here,
Okay.
like Gloria said, or Jennifer said, up towards the top, and then,
Yeah, just to the side under the calendar.
yeah, and then put a link to not only that other website, but to the
forms.
the forms.
Okay.
If Natalie still wants them there,
Okay.
if she,
Well, now she's doing all the rentals, so it's, you know, she'll keep better track of it, so.
okay,
we can start keeping it.
And if we can bring it up further, or make it more noticeable on the rec page.
yeah, let's go, yeah, exactly.
You know, like in that big white space kind of in the middle there.
Somewhere, yeah, to redo this, because like, as we were saying, maybe just like 1 or 2, 3 sentences about what this stuff is. And then, so that would fill in this area here. But if you then put right underneath here, community room rental or something like
Right.
that. So,
Yeah, maybe
Somebody's
right above
got that.
employment opportunities.
right. Somewhere in there. You can look at it. Oh, good stuff, man. Let's see. Those are my notes of what I had. Does anybody else have anything else? Sir, are there any more questions? No? How many people are watching? 5. Okay, so if you have, again, if you have any questions or any things that you see about this, please feel free to chime in here or email any one of us. And I did post, which I'll talk about in just a little bit, on the 2 social media pages that are out there. And I did not get any responses for this on that.
One thing that I thought might be nice is on the calendar,
Calendar.
towards the end. Second to last tab.
Oh, sorry, this calendar?
Yeah. And I liked how this had a lot of stuff listed. I just wondered if we could make it a little more, well, first of all, can we go back to past calendars?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I was wondering is if we could be a little more interactive, like for our committee of the whole meeting today, somebody would be able to go to the calendar, see that highlighted, click on it, and it would flip them to a link of the meeting.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Right, can we do that? But I know what here's the link to the meeting right there. Would that be the link, the
Yeah,
link to
the YouTube link. Mhm.
Well, what about the, like the agenda?
Right.
I don't always get that, but I'll request that I get it.
Oh, and you
They
can
put it in.
just link that right there?
So will Mayor's Court, because I was thinking about this before, but I didn't have a chance to do it. Can you click on Mayor's Court and it'll take you back to that page then?
Where-
No. It's just the
Okay.
calendar.
Just curious.
Yeah, that would be good if you went there, okay.
Does it have
Hold on to
the
agenda.
holidays on there? Like Memorial Day, it'd go down, is that on there? Yes.
Memorial Day service.
Yeah.
You know, I was just, like I said, like Lake Club meeting. Would you be able to click on that and it would take you to the Lake Club's Facebook page or something?
Okay, Independence Day. Yeah, of course, that would be dependent on them getting, or go to their Facebook page, or if they supplied information.
Yeah, or like the yoga, you know, would that take you to a link with what the fees are and, you know, oh, it is on there, great.
All right, Lisa's up on this stuff.
Sure. Try.
Trash pickup.
Do they have
What
like
about,
shipping,
the phone number
shipping and
for-
stuff?
Phone number for
Shipping?
Kimball on there.
What days they're gonna do it and stuff?
I just do the start date for shipping, early pickup, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then we do an end date.
Yeah, that's what I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Chess. That's a new club that just started. That was Mr.
Day,
Day,
no?
was it, or was it Patricia Day?
Pat.
Because I know it's Pat
Mr.
Day, I don't know what's.
Mr. Not Missy,
Yeah, they
Mr.
both go back, yeah.
Yeah, I know. But maybe, you know, under clubs here, maybe they'd want to be listed. I know
I
this
wasn't
stuff-
given much information on that. I was just told to put there, it was every Tuesday.
Yeah, but,
The
yeah, maybe
location,
they.
But I can do that.
Maybe they'd want to be listed. Yeah, this stuff needs to be Mr. D, Mrs. Kim, Joan Wills, oh my.
Well, those were the citizens of the year.
Oh, that's a citizen of the year, okay, so that's all right.
Yeah, and if we can contact the organizations to see if, or we should just be able to use the same that they have in the phone book, right? Because that's public
Yeah,
information.
exactly, and I already did that, so
Right.
you'll be able to, we'll be able to put that information up here
Okay.
easily. And then we can call Mr. Day and see if he'd like a little blurb on the website. Give him some
I can do that.
advertisement. Is there anything else that anybody sees?
I just looked, I had like page 2 and page 9, just, I think I came off of this, I don't remember, I did it so long time ago. It was just like spelling errors, like Walton Hills was a you know, lowercase instead of a
Oh.
capital. And let's see, something else. Something about spacing on page 3, capitals, and
Page,
local was spelled wrong on page 9.
I don't know how to get to page 9 of,
I don't know if they just go after the next,
page numbers.
I don't know if there's,
Mhm.
that might be something, numbers, number the pages. They call you up and say, I read this on page 6. You know.
Yeah.
Would you be able to number them though, especially if they're interactive with
Yeah,
taking the other?
interactive, I don't know. I'm not into website development, so I don't know if you can do that. But we can certainly, as we read through these, if we find any. I know this is nice, which is you are here, and it shows you exactly the hierarchy of where you're at, because I
If
know I
you
work with
page
some
down,
web-
it doesn't lead into the next page? You just
No.
go down?
No, it just,
Has to be a category.
yeah.
For building department too, though, we talked about Rob, but I think Lisa should be listed on there, because you're there at least twice a week, right?
Oh,
At
yeah,
the service department, yeah.
yeah.
So, yeah, whether she's under building department or service department also, it's,
Yeah, I think all the departments should have the pictures of the people that work in there, so the residents can see, you know, who they're talking to, and they see them on the street. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're a
Service
small enough
department, you know,
community
the guys
where,
doing chipping or whatever, you know,
right,
or the police officer coming up to the door, he's the one they recognize, you know.
right, not somebody just from the service department trying to pull some sort of stand,
Yeah.
you know, that's not from our service department.
Exactly.
anything else on this for right now? I mean, we got a
No,
lot of work going right now. And thank you for all your,
Did you put
Yes.
something somewhere about if someone wanted something on the website or changed, was it in the journal or something? That a resident could read that and then say, maybe they would put a comment in, you know,
yeah, if we
Contact
put
you
something
and
in
say-
the journal
yeah.
to do that, yeah, we could put something under the information committee.
Yeah,
Uh,
is there something you'd like to see, or
Yeah,
have you found something that's confusing to you, or that we could look at it? Like, we could say we're, you know, updating it, so any comments.
yeah,
Like bigger print, like you said.
Yeah,
we would
white
get that,
print.
you know.
yeah, okay, yeah, I'll do that, I'll come up with a paragraph for the journal. Today's the 11th, so when does that, for next month, next
like
journal?
about 10 days.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're close to the 20th.
20th, yeah.
You could ask Mary, she's the one, right?
Yeah, she'll
Yes.
know. Okay. So if we don't have anything more on the website in particular for right now, I'll just leave it up just in case somebody thinks of something. But we had a meeting, our first meeting it was the end of January, I think it was, when we discussed the journal and the owl and everything like that. My fault, my mistake, we don't have meeting minutes from that written out.
Oh,
Now, I got on the Ohio website today, and I'll pass this out. I only have one copy, but you can look at it. It's taping open meetings. If you want to audio tape your meetings and use the tapes as your official meeting minutes, be aware of the following. The Ohio Supreme Court determined that audio tapes were not sufficient as the official minutes where portions of the tape were inaudible or not understandable, or the speaker could not be identified. And then it says, although generally kept on paper, the medium on which official meeting minutes are kept is not addressed in either the Open Meetings or the Public Records Act. Therefore, that can be determined by the public body itself. Some public bodies document their choice by adopting a formal rule or by passing a resolution or motion at a meeting that is reflected in the minutes. We did audio tape that meeting. It is actually under Village Council.
I was going to ask, would the police department have,
Yeah, it's right here. You can click on it, Information Committee. That's it right there. And I listened to part of it. So according to this, if I can do one of two things. I can listen to this thing, I'll be glad to do it, and come up with a written meeting minute, which is what I'll do for today. Or if you wish, we can make that our meeting minutes. It's totally up to you guys. I don't care what you want to do. I'll do the legwork and do that, but we need to pass something. Since I'm doing written for this, I don't mind listening to that. Let's see how long it
it
is.
was over 2 hours?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I mean, to me, that's already up there. You know, it's already there. it's in its entirety,
The taping is a public record.
you know.
Add the tapes to your records retention schedule to allow for their reuse. So we could pass that as our official record of that meeting, if you're okay with that. Maybe I'll talk to the mayor
Okay.
and see what he asks or says, and I'll talk to John Montello too.
Okay.
And then I will write something up for this meeting, and we'll just do it in a COW meeting, I
Okay.
guess, a next COW meeting.
You'll have that done by 7, right?
Yeah, I have it done myself. The only other thing that I have, where's my agenda? I have to broach this delicately because I don't want to make anybody mad, especially for no reason. We have official village websites, and we have official village Facebook page, and official village police department Facebook page also. We also have some very nice people who have taken the time to create social media pages on Walton Hills, and I get on there every once in a while. And those pages are great. They finally do a great job and a great service. So I don't want to make anybody mad, but I do want to, I think that we should impress upon people that those sites are social media sites created by residents for residents' purposes. They are not monitored by Village Hall. They're not monitored ever. I could be off of that for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and somebody posts something, asks a question. More and more I see questions on those sites that it probably would be better to call the Village Hall to get that information, or write one of us, call one of us, or call the mayor's office, what have you, rather than posting information. I've seen questions about water breaks, and people write, and it's the wrong information that they're writing. So, if you ask a question about, hey, is the garbage going to be picked up on Friday or Saturday, you may or may not get the right information. You're going to get the right information if you go to the official village website or call the Village Hall. And that's why I thought real hard about advertising this meeting on those sites, but I thought, hey, it's, I might as well, because there are people on there, and that's fine, to get the information out, and that's what we want to do. I don't know if you have anything to add about that. I'm probably going to get some hate mail, but I just want to impress upon people that, we don't monitor that. So if you ask a question and you don't get an answer, don't be mad at us or anything like that, because we're not monitoring that.
Right. Well, I'm not on any of those. I have like zilch for social media. So it's been once in a while I've seen some of the other village, the community table or ground table or the community, whatever the other 2 Facebook pages are. I probably honestly haven't seen them in over a year. But I don't do that stuff anyways. I see a little bit on Nextdoor, which is the same kind of thing. And you get some people on there and other communities that they were talking about stuff with Maple Heights and the Dunham Road project, and I thought, I'm not getting myself caught into this rabbit hole.
Right.
Right. I'm just not going to do it. But yeah, I mean, our official is what hopefully people will realize, just like anything on the internet.
Right.
I mean, you can go and, try to find something on the internet. It doesn't mean that it's valid.
You mean everything on Facebook isn't real?
I'm sorry. I don't think so. I don't believe so. But again, I'm not on Facebook, so. But I think just like anything, people have to be careful where they're getting their information from, because it needs to be, and not that those other sites aren't reputable sites, that's not at all what
Right,
I'm
exactly,
saying.
they're good, there's,
You know,
there's good
but-
people on there, and there's nothing wrong with it, you know, that's what it's about, building community and things like that.
Mhm.
It's just that, you know, and I have chimed in a few times when I've seen a question asked, and people get on there and they assume, like, for example, our blanket purchase order
Oh, yeah.
legislation. And people were going off on a tangent saying that we're spending their money and all this stuff that, and I just had to chime in because it was just starting to snowball a little bit. And it's
Sure.
like, no, that's not, so if somebody would have called me first, they would have, or called any of us, or emailed any of us, that whole thing wouldn't have even, you know, been out there for somebody to get mad at, see once, and maybe they weren't even on anymore, and now they think we're doing something wrong, you know. So, that's, you know, that's, like you said, I'll probably get some. But does anybody else, that's,
Well, you know, you mentioned about putting something in the journal, you know, like, you know, if they have any questions about something, and you can put in there, the official website for Walton Hills says such and such.
right,
This is where you'll find the correct answers to your questions, the official answers.
right.
There are many others, but this
Right.
is.
And it's kind of like the calendar. Things change during the month.
Right.
The OWL does their best to mirror what our calendar is, but then if after the OWL comes out, the calendar changes, well, the OWL can't change. So there's that disclaimer that for the latest update information, go to the website.
Right,
Mhm.
yeah, and yeah, we have that on the owl too.
Right.
For it, so.
Exactly. So, are there any questions, sir? Nothing, nobody's writing in? Okay, with that, does anybody else have anything else they'd like to discuss? No? Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to adjourn the Information Committee meeting of Tuesday, May 11th, 2021.
Second?
Second vote on the motion. All in favor, say aye. Aye, let the record show. 3 ayes approved. I thank Lisa Canzoni for taking her time to do this and to do, that is a lot of work. And it's time consuming and it's not easy. So thank you very much for your hard work. Thank you, everybody, and have a good evening. We'll see you in a couple hours for the COW meeting.